Now, in the previous 3 chapters, we look at how each of the warrior, the wizard, and the will function as roles for us to play as human beings. Now, for the next 3 chapters, we're going to go a little more in depth into each role. And we're going to start with the warrior, particularly the warrior's glory, how the warrior creates glory in creation. And we see that the warrior is acting on creation. These aren't random actions. These aren't just actions just floating out there for no purpose. The warrior is intentionally acting upon creation to subdue creation. And this subduing has 2 parts to it. It is first a casting out, and it is also a bringing in. And we see there the male warrior likes to cast out, the feminine warrior likes to bring in. But both of those actions are of a subduing nature, and they take place through actions. The intent of that, though, in both the casting out and the bringing in, is to lift creation up into glory. That is what the warrior wants to do, to lift up creation into glory. So at a simple level, you can see that the warrior lifts up creation. So let's go a little closer here on actions. When the warrior acts upon creation, every action is dying. If you've noticed, no action ever perpetuates itself indefinitely. It's a dying action. The moment you take the action, it's already dying. And that's an important picture for creation to see. Creation needs to see that the warrior himself is okay with dying. He's producing actions that are going to die, and he's okay with that. However, at the same time, that action is alive until it dies. So creation sees that here's the man or the woman, this warrior, and they're okay with both living and dying. They're personifying that. There's no good or evil here. They're both good. They're both acceptable. And creation wants to see a leader, a warrior that embodies both. The actions, though, are what bind creation with the warrior. This is the beauty of actions. They link the warrior's body with the rest of material creation. And the intent of that is to give creation a binding connection so that there can be a glimpse of how the warrior is walking with the Creator himself, God. So the warrior binds material creation to himself and to herself with the ultimate intent of helping creation know more about the spiritual creator. So as the warrior walks with God, the warrior then goes out to the world and subdues creation and becomes the binding link between creation and the creator. So subduing creation then, these actions that go out, let's look at the subduing man. The subduing man casts out undesirable things, particularly undesirable creations. So when you prune, when you cut away, that is bringing death. And the subduing man is focused on that. He knows the danger of allowing something undesirable to stay within the kingdom, within the garden, within the family. The undesirable must be cast out in order to perpetuate life. Bountiful life. However, the subduing woman sees things very differently. She's not interested in casting out the undesirable. She's interested in bringing in the desirable. And both are needed. You need the subduing man and the subduing woman. That is why a warrior is not gender specific. You need both perspectives. The man who casts out and the woman who brings in. But these both come from the perfect warrior, the subduing son. He is just as passionate about casting out the undesirable as he is in bringing in the desirable. Both of these are needed, and he's the one who teaches the male and the female warrior how to embody the role of the warrior. So a masculine warrior casts out, while a feminine warrior brings in. So this lifting up then, if we look at the actions of the subduing warrior, the warrior is intent on lifting up creation. He is doing that through death. The warrior, males in particular, try to exalt creation through death. And this is a partnership. The male warrior is not simply enacting death because he's life. He is death. He wants to bring death. Why? So that life can flow through his soul as the warrior and into creation. He must then walk with the Creator, who is life, but the warrior himself isn't life. Only God is life. So he binds creation in death. He partners with creation in death. He wins creation over. Why? So that the Creator's spiritual life can flow through his soul and into the creations that are bound to him in death. However, the feminine warrior wants to exalt through life. She binds all living things to her. Why? So that the Creator can exalt her and therefore exalt everything that is attached to her. She's exalting through life, and both are good. Both are necessary, and that's why we need the male and the female warrior lifting up creation. But no matter which perspective you take, and the ideal would be to grow in both, although you will lean towards one, model one, depending on whether you're a male or female, you want to grow in both. Why? Because you intend, as the warrior, to exalt creation. Now, why would you want to do this as the warrior? Well, this is very simple. As the Creator exalts you, specifically your soul, then you turn to creation and you exalt creation in the same way. So a warrior exalts creation as the one who knows exaltation. Only God is exaltation. Therefore, as God, the Creator exalts the soul turns to creation and does the same. And that's how we understand how the warrior lifts up creation. As you are lifted up as the warrior, you turn to creation and lift creation up.